Hey everyone, my name's Tim Malin. If you want to learn a little bit more about me, I have one or two sentences on my Twitter if you want to go check it out. But I'm here today to show you how I take attendance using Zoom. A lot of you have probably already figured this out, but if you haven't figured out how to do it in a somewhat efficient manner, hopefully you find this video helpful. So when I export a Zoom file, it seems like a bunch of jarbled mess, like all the students' names are out of order. So this is going to show you how to organize them so you can really see who was there and for how long they were there. So the first thing is you would go into you click on reports, and when you click on reports, you would get a window like this. I'm hiding some sensitive information, so that's why my screen looks a little weird. But you'd click on the participants and it would export a CSV file, which is a file that has all your attendees. And if you have Microsoft Excel, then you would see it as an Excel document. So here we have an Excel document, and I have replaced this is a real document of attendance numbers, of minutes, and I've replaced all my students' names. Hopefully I got everybody except for me. And you can see that there are lots of repeats at different rows. And so this is something you might see when you export a CSV file of your Zoom attendance. So what I do is pretty straightforward. Once you get the hang of it, you go to data and you go to text to columns. So I do this because it organizes my students in random and I want them organized by their last name. So I need to separate their first name from their last name so I can sort their last names independently of their first names. So this is going to separate their first and last names. And so I use a delimiter. I'm not an Excel genius, so that's what I think it might be called, to separate them. And so I'm going to select delimited, and then tab is usually the initial one that's selected, but I'm going to select space. So when I click space, I'm going to hit next, I'm going to hit finish, and click OK, and you can see that all the last names are now separated from the first names. Next, click the last name column and do sort A to Z. It's going to ask you if you want to expand it to your entire section. Say yes. And so here we have the opposite. Sorry, nope, sorry, it's right. Here we have A to Z of our students, and so you can see the first students are at the top, and then the students with the last names closest to Z are at the bottom. And then it puts them all together, which is kind of nice. I made up these numbers, so these numbers don't really add up to the appropriate times. But you can see that we have all of these students are together, so you can kind of just eyeball the numbers, or if you want to be really strict about it, you can kind of add all the numbers together to see if they were there for all of your attendance. So hopefully you find this an easy way for you to take attendance in the future using Zoom. Thanks.